Jim Babjak, who is going to say a few words and I think might play a song for us. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you. If I would known all you were going to be here, I would have prepared something. There goes everything I was going to say. So I got to thank everybody, Margaret here, the mayor, Al Smith, Al Mirabella, the township, John Kennedy and his crew, but I do have to mention Shawnee, Pat's girlfriend, and Severo and Paulie and Cindy Sivak. They all helped, care and tend to Pat's needs when we were on the road, for the last probably 2 years. He was a real trooper. He just kept playing till the very end. Let's see. My hands are frozen. So, anyway, this has all been said, but in Pat's book, Confessions of a Rock Star, he says, one of my favorite authors, Ray Bradbury, described the fictional Green Town in his book Dandelion Wine as being a nostalgic Norman Rockwell type setting. This is exactly how I remember my hometown of Scotch Plains, New Jersey. Over the years I have lived in Chicago, New Orleans, Los Angeles, New York City, and a few other places, but I keep finding myself returning to my old hometown. So it's kind of redundant because we've all heard this, but Pat made reference to this green town in our song House We Used to Live In, that many of you probably know. So Dennis couldn't be here, our drummer, and he sent a note, and this says, if I could read it, in the Smithereens' formative years, we found a wonderful musical nest in the basement of the house that Pat used to live in on Front Street here in Scotch Plains. Mr. and Mrs. DiNizio, who started his workday on the garbage route around 4 a.m., were welcoming and extremely tolerant of the subterranean racket we raised, sometimes till 12 a.m. On our breaks, we'd frequent the Blue Star Cinema, Grillo's Italian Ice, and the next page, the Stagehouse, the Arrow Lounge, the Scotchwood Diner, Alfonso's Pizza, Garlic, and many other great local establishments. Wonderful memories. Pat introduced Jimmy, Mike, and me to finer spots in town, but he put Scotch Plains on the map for all of the world. I wish I could be with you to celebrate today's festivities. Long live the Smithereens and long live Pat DiNizio. And that's from Dennis. And you met Severo. He played bass with us for quite a few years. And our original bass player, Mike, who also lives in California, couldn't be here, sent a note for me to read. They didn't know it was going to be this cold. All right. He's got a title. Mike has a title here. The Pat DiNizio Way, No Excuses by Mike Mazzaros. Pat DiNizio touched people all over the world with his songs. He was a gifted songwriter. Like the truly great ones, he captured our deepest feelings and emotions through words and music in ways we could not express. His silky baritone was the knife that cut through our hearts. As Pat got older, his voice became more poignant and sentimental. He was one of a kind. While fronting a rock and roll band, he was like a playful and subtle jazz singer who had spent a lifetime honing his craft. Frank Sinatra would have said, "You learn good, kid." Until his last day on earth, Pat embodied the ancient showbiz code that the four of us lived by. You're only as good as your last show. No excuses. We did talk about that all the time. More than anything, Pat was a friend and a brother to Jimmy, Dennis, and me. We were so lucky to have each other. 4 Jersey lads of one musical mind, a real band. I love and miss you, Pat, especially your smart-ass, wise guy sense of humor. I am so proud of you today. I know this means a lot to you because you really loved your hometown. And thank you for giving me blood and roses. I will take care of it for the rest of my life. No excuses. I also have one more from Liza, Pat's daughter. Sorry about that, my fingers are frozen. Okay, this is from Liza. wish I would have read this first. My father revered his township of Scotch Plains. He missed no opportunity to, quite literally, sing hometown praises from his childhood home on Front Street to his beloved haunted mansion on Westfield Avenue, eloquently shifting between salience and unmatchable wit. He told stories of Scotch Plains not just as a backdrop, but as a character in and of itself. His love of Jersey was lifelong and unfaltering, one spanning generations before him. His father and his father were all proud Italian-American citizens of this resilient and special place. I cannot convey my appreciation to all of you for being here today. I'd like to thank Frank Lima for spearheading this effort, and my love to my grandmother, Cindy, Jimmy, Dennis, Mike, and Severo. Oh, it's very nice. Thank you, Liza. So, I don't know, Pat used to call me Tex, and I used to call him Pecos. I'm probably the only one that called him Pecos. Maybe Severo did a few times. But before each, and that was our thing, before each show he would say, I want to see Tex tonight on stage. And then I would always tease him and say, Tex isn't here tonight. But, you know, Tex would always show up. I was just kidding. But we used to tease each other. I'll always remember the good times, and we'll celebrate the music of the Smithereens. Music heals the heart and helps you appreciate your life during hard times and happy times. Here's to Pecos. That's a sign. All right, Pat, that's for you. That is fantastic. Now, my notes here say pick up the guitar and say 3 Hail Marys, because I'm going to be singing now. When's that going to stop?
As soon as you want me to take that, as soon as you start playing.
You want to hold this for me? Thanks.